Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. It's Scooby-Doo Tuesday, guys. You know what that means. Of course it means we're here continuing the journey of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. This is a Season 1, Episode 12, The Shrieking Madness. I love that title, The Shrieking Madness. This show knows how to title their episodes. I love it. I cannot wait to dive into this episode. So, the last episode dealt with a vampire, and of course it wasn't actually a real vampire. I love the design and everything, and I kind of figured it was Daphne's mom's friend, because they were really setting up to be Daphne's mom. Like, it's not her mother that's pretending to be this vampire and everything. It's this creepy friend of hers or whatever that I don't think we've ever seen before this episode. But regardless, we also got help, essentially, from the guy that Mystery has hired, this big, like, looking guy or whatever. He was in the, what, Legend of Alice May or Legend of May something episode. I forgot. I think it was episode 6, I believe, or something like that. He was the one that kept pushing the book, and Daphne finally picked it up and saw the recipe for some sort of, like, everlasting life or something, that whatever that the vampire was trying to make and get all these ingredients or whatever. And then he's watching them at the end of the episode as Mystery Inc. kind of departs separately. So I don't know what's going on with that, but things are not looking too good for Mystery Incorporated, because it seems that they're all at kind of an impasse. Things are not going so well. So we'll see what happens, but I can't wait to get to this episode. I'm loving the show so far. I really am. Here we go, guys. Episode 12, Season 1, The Shrieking Madness. Let's go.
How do you know they're not true?
Sounds like they're doing like a version of H.P. Lovecraft.
He's a real writer. Shargar Gothicon, the beast that hath no name.
Yeah, definitely. It's like the Necronomicon. Yeah. What the fuck? It's like a version of Cthulhu, kinda. Okay.
Now, Dad, chin up.
No.
Spending some time away from your little mystery club.
Oh, Daphne. Sometimes I wish we would have had a boy.
Feels weird being here without the gang. Things sure have been
It
pretty
seems
rough
like
since Jake-
everyone's gonna be here, maybe?
Grab Thar's hammer, Fred.
I can't believe I'm here the same day as my favorite author. Do you think Harlan Ellison will sign all my copies?
Of course, they're all going to the college, and he's there. Hey, his dad. We hardly see him. And his mom. Yep. I don't know, they're like, oh, you're all by yourselves, and there's no one here. They're all in the same area. I think Daphne wasn't even moving. She was just walking in place.
This is Fred Jones Jr. His dad was Moo legend Fred Jones. What?
Legend.
I heard he ate a live bear.
So,
You heard his dad ate a live bear?
Steady, pardon?
Wrestle.
They wrestle? Oh, shit. Okay.
No longer will they ignore young people.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
with me? Right there it is.
They're just excited for some burgers. Those are some big burgers. My God.
These aren't burgers.
We
What
changed
happened?
management last week. Now
What?
we're organic vegan. Those are pureed sprouts.
They're so disappointed.
And that's why there hasn't been.
The Shrieking Madness of Chargar Gothic.
You mean H.P. Hatecraft? An interesting
Hatecraft.
scribbler, yes, no doubt. I perceive in you, young sir,
Mm-hmm.
one who hears nothing but the sound of the wind blowing across the empty desert that lies between your ears.
Lauren.
Dinkley? Not by any happy chance a relation to Cape Cod Dinkley, an old friend of mine?
My mother.
Oh,
holy
okay.
Bradbury. Hatecraft this, hatecraft
Oh, he's gonna
that.
get attacked by the
Perhaps
Shrieking
someone could ask
Madness.
you
The smell. Oh, jeez. Okay. Are they gonna explain how the thing can do that? All there together. Oh my God, they're actually seeing it. Okay.
Okay, I've been violated by a figment of a fantasist's fabricated falsehood. Like, were used in like its proper grammatical form.
A copy of Hatecraft's book, Chargar Gothicon.
Left behind by the
Beast that hath
creature?
no name. Someone's read this a lot.
Of course, it's a spooky house. Of course.
Professor Hatecraft?
Yeah, literally
Hello?
Cthulhu influence
Professor
everywhere, of
Hatecraft?
course.
Your door was open.
The show does a great job with its shadows and make it creepy. He's just sitting by the fire. Okay.
Breaking news. This just in. Darrow family archives from the University Library.
Professor Hatecraft?
Fung Farg Harkenflog has descended upon me. I hope I
Okay.
haven't unleashed Chargar Gothicon.
You think like everything you're writing is actually happening?
Dark
I mean,
forces are at work.
no.
It's very... That's just fan mail. Never mind.
A lot of these seem to be in the same handwriting.
My fans are very dedicated.
Where's Fred? Oh, there he is. Okay, about to say.
Do we stay together and keep working to solve this mystery?
What are you doing here? This place
Looking
is
for
vegan.
food.
There's nowhere else to eat.
There's nowhere
for
else to
like
go.
Miles.
My new brothers are gonna teach me a move called Happy Tapioca.
Man, it's so awkward. It doesn't look good at all. No.
We passed the salt.
Hello. Jesus. My God. Okay, he's saving her. Good.
Saving me doesn't mean I forgive you.
Old person smell? Can you even protest that?
I don't know,
mean-
but someone should.
Professor
What was he
Haycraft,
doing?
You have to run.
I have no choice now but to reveal the terrible, dark truth about Char-Gargothicon.
Okay.
There is no Char-Gargothicon.
He's admitting to
I
the
made
fraud.
the whole thing up.
Okay.
It can't be true. Ignore him. We are the ones telling the truth. Monsters deserve equality. Char-Gargothicon should not be silenced.
Why is this happening? No time to build a trap. Yep, there it is. Oh, of course, took the author. Shake the rain off.
Okay, I guess that means we go, huh? Oh, come on.
Are you thinking about me?
The trap.
Gotcha. I
Gotcha.
don't think about anything. My mind is a complete void.
Thought Shaggy was right behind us.
You're worried?
Oh, who am I kidding? It's like he's a part of me. They look like stories. Listen to this title, The Dreaded Beast Goo Goo Gaga.
It's like a baboon smoking a cigar while bathing in a bath of moldy tuna and curdled ranch dressing.
What the hell does he smell?
Thank goodness.
Okay, he was captured.
Trapped inside
Okay.
with all of Haycraft's lousy books. It's like being in his version of the underworld.
You're gonna kill your creator? Okay. Holy crap. Yep. Exactly.
This is no monster.
Who is it?
Robert E. Roberts, Haycraft's
Oh.
assistant and biggest
Okay,
fan.
makes sense.
Just as I suspected.
Makes sense. This guy was obsessed.
His creation, military application of sonic shriek technology at the Learning Annex. Although,
About to say, I think I explained that.
it might, if it weren't for the dark elder forces conspiring in the inky black of time most foul.
Fans. Imbeciles fit only to be gnawed by rabid rats.
Are you guys actually friends?
Yes.
Seems so.
Someone.
I'm glad we don't have to go to college just yet.
Yeah, not yet.
It'll be good to get home.
Darrow University Library.
Mr. E.
Darrow Family Archives?
Oh, that was the thing that was stolen.
Aren't those the archives?
If the first Mystery Inc. had what's inside this trunk, maybe they never would have vanished in the first place.
This looks like the entire history of Crystal Cove.
Wow.
Gang,
Okay.
I think one mystery just turned into two.
This episode was so good. Oh my gosh. And this was even before the Mr. E thing at the end in regards to the chest full of Crystal Cove's history or whatever, which they're going to dive into. They better dive into that. I want to know what is going on. Even before all that, I really enjoyed the episode. That stuff at the end with Mystery and everything made it better. But anyway, so we'll get to that in a minute. So this episode was really a play on H.P. Lovecraft, of course, the creator of Cthulhu and all these other Eldritch, or how you pronounce that name, terrors or whatever, and these beings from other dimensions and stuff. Of course, the Necronomicon, all that. So we had an author called Haycraft or something, Professor Haycraft or whatever, and he has done the same thing essentially. Like writing these really like dark and, you know, these like monsters and all this kind of stuff, like these things from other dimensions. And he wrote all these books, and a version of one or something came to life, and was attacking people that, I guess, to kind of prove that his books are real or whatever, and trying to prove that point. Of course, it's ending up being his biggest fan, the one that was ran out of the room by the other author that Velma was really excited to meet or whatever. And that they were talking about that author at the very beginning of the episode before that guy got attacked, and he was taken to Haycraft's I guess giant house or whatever on campus. I'm not really sure of this college, but so essentially that's where I guess people that were getting attacked and taken. That's where because he went right back there with Haycraft, with the actual professor, the guy who wrote the books. Like, so the monster, the biggest fan, you know, was just trying to prove a point that, you know, I was going against all the critics and everybody that were saying his work was wrong. And then when he even denounced it, and because he was right there, that guy was right there when he denounced it in front of that whole room full of people saying, just like that other author said, I'm a fraud, I did it, you know, I just made it all up. I'm like, well, yeah, because it's like, because it can't be proven to be real, and it really falls under some sort of horror fantasy type thing. So of course it's fiction, but there's people out there who actually believe it's real. Just like there's people out there that actually believe Cthulhu and all these other beings exist, and it is what it is. But this guy was like overly obsessed to the point where he was trying to prove it without a shadow of a doubt that his work, Hatecraft's work, was real. So the actual design of it, very Cthulhu in terms of the monster, very Cthulhu influenced, and it had this shrieking, which makes sense in terms of the title, the Shrieking Madness, because literally it had some sort of sonic waves or whatever, and you see where they had to quickly explain, he put like the sonic device or whatever, and that thing was super powerful. It was destroying concrete, asphalt, it was throwing cars over. It was insane how much damage he was actually doing in this costume. And at one point, when he goes into the burger joint, which is now not even a burger joint, it's a vegan joint now, when he bursts through the wall, by the way, it could destroy walls, he like puts the mouth of the monster, like it like swallows the guy's head, even though he just throws him like 2 seconds later. But still, he literally latches the mouth over the head of this guy. I'm like, okay, like obviously it's not a real monster, but still, like that's okay. And then of course the whole thing, and he's like sitting there, he's like, you know, if it wasn't for these dark and you meddling kids, when he got captured. What I also liked about the episode too was they really made a point to show that Mystery Incorporated isn't really a team right now. This is so funny. They set up in the beginning of the episode, after, of course, the monster reveals itself and attacks that guy who was like, yeah, who cares about that, you know, dark book or whatever. This is a real author, the guy who ultimately denounces, you know, Hatecraft's work or whatever. And Velma, of course, like, probably this guy knows Velma's mom or whatever, so that's kind of weird, but all right. You thought her, you know, her mom would have mentioned something like that. I don't remember if she did when she dropped Velma off, but we see all the kids getting dropped off by their parents. And the way it was kind of worded, like, you know, it's good to get away, blah, 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 you know, you just go visit the campus or whatever, spend some time. Of course, they're all being dropped off, like, no parents are staying with them. They're just leaving them by themselves, which I guess kind of shows some independency, but also at the same time, when you go to visit a college, usually you have a parent going with you or somebody, so that when you're visiting a college to see if you actually want to end up going there, you should have someone with you. But anyways, they're all dropped off at the same sidewalk at the same time. Of course they are, of course. And they all go their separate ways. And I swear, I think Daphne was walking in place in that like wide shot of them all like walking separate ways. I think she was walking away from camera and like not moving an inch. I have to go back and rewatch it, but I'm pretty sure she wasn't moving. And throughout the episode, there was times they got together, and then of course they went to Hatecraft's house for the first time, and he's like worried that he's brought forth these creatures from other dimensions, like they're actually here. He somehow opened a portal. I don't know what exactly he was thinking on that, but he thought he opened a portal, and they all go their separate ways again. Like, But things are not great because everything's kind of falling apart, and it's really because ultimately of Shaggy, but also I think too that I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the whole situation was just really stupid to begin with, because some people were pointing out in the comments that Velma is, by the point, because as I'm recording this the day before, I record this ahead of time, spoiler alert, but someone had commented on episode 10, which I uploaded yesterday as I'm recording this video, that, you know, Velma was in the wrong because she forced Shaggy to make a decision. She forced Shaggy into this corner of making a choice between Scooby or her. And so that kind of is a major issue. But luckily at the end of the episode, things seem to be kind of back to normal, especially when they split off. And of course, Shaggy's like, oh, where'd everybody go? And Velma's with Scooby. And it's like an awkward moment, but then Shaggy needs help or whatever. And then that's when the mystery, of course, continues on. And of course, they figure out who is the monster of the week, the version of Cthulhu, if you will. I forget, they gave it a name. I can't remember that name to save my life. Really can't. So at the end, of course, mystery. And a little bit earlier in the episode, when they first go to Hatecraft's house, we're going to say Hatecraft, not Lovecraft, but when they go to his house, his giant building, I'm surprised it's like this massive building for a professor, whatever. There's a thing on the news about this chest or whatever of the archive, something that was taken. I didn't think much of it, like, because my first thought was maybe this is tied into, you know, the monster that's attacking. I mean, there's something tied into that. And I didn't even think about it until literally they opened the back of the Mystery Machine and there's the chest with Mr. E and saying, and Mr. E says, if the original Mystery Incorporated had this chest, they wouldn't have disappeared. And it's the whole history of Crystal Cove, which we need because something's going on. Because Professor Pericles made a point saying that it's, I think he said feeding on Crystal Cove or feeding Crystal Cove, something to that effect. I have to go back and rewatch that particular scene again, but something about Crystal Cove caused Mystery Incorporated to disappear. Something they didn't know or something they were unaware of. Something. I don't know. I'm so excited to learn because, man, this show is good with the continued mystery of Crystal Cove, what happened to the original Mystery Incorporated, but also in general just giving us some pretty fun episodes in regards to, you know, monsters of the week. I used to say villains, but they're really more monsters of the week. And they've done a really good job so far. And so I'm loving that we're getting, you know, an A plot, which is mostly just following whatever monster is appearing this week and whatever is tying in with all that. And then the continuous B plot, which ultimately I feel like is actually more important because it's an ongoing mystery, but it's really a B plot in regards to mystery and what's going on with Crystal Cove and the original Mystery Incorporated. So I'm excited. I'm loving the show and I can't wait to continue. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know in the comments below. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.